I received a newsletter today from YouTube creators, part of YouTube, of course, announcing, at least part of the newsletter announced a partnership with the great organization Upworthy that was co-founded by Eli Pariser and Chris Hughes, among others. And what Upworthy does is basically brings a focus to important topics and issues of the day. Yes, that's right, news topics through a combination of video and blogs. It's another kind of reconstituting of the now about, let's say, maybe about 15-year-old system of blogs and vlogs. Well, 10 years old, in earnest. But the bottom line is the group of people who started Upworthy have worked to raise funding, established offices in New York City, and now, among other things, like a great partnership with Facebook, they have this partnership with YouTube, at least according to the newsletter that I read today. So I went to the link that was part of the newsletter and to the page put out by the YouTube creators, which focuses on their partnership with Upworthy and the videos. And what the two groups are trying to encourage are more vlogs about, listen to this, important topics of the day and people trying to make the world a better place, trying to basically solve problems like depression, sexism, racism, hunger. You get the idea. But folks, these are the types of topics that of late have led to demonetization activities across the YouTube ecosphere. Problems that have affected a number of people, you and me included. So, if YouTube is going to partner with Upworthy and allow the Vlog Brothers to monetize the video that appears on that page, check it out, okay, then that right should be extended, not so much right, but privilege should be extended to the rest of us who've historically enjoyed that. What's happening now is a very upsetting, confusing, and one could also argue on its surface apparently racist kind of, and I'll explain why I say that in a second because I know that term can be incendiary, but I want you to listen because we have to curb what has caused that kind of appearance. And I say that for this reason. We live in a time now where quite literally if we put something online to a platform that someone else is running, that includes my blog, someone putting a comment onto it, it goes into essentially what I call a black box. It's not where I can actually call up, as I called Eli, for example, and reach out and talk to a person. I have to wait and get feedback, and I see the words in text. The human contact is gone. And so, because I don't have contact with a person, I'm not talking to the person, what I'm left with is some assumption regarding what images are presented in my face and what's being allowed. Thus, if I see example after example, be it Young Turks or the Vlog Brothers being able to monetize their news and politics videos, or their videos about, important topics which just happen to be news and politics oriented, and yet someone like myself, a longtime blogger, African American, isn't allowed to do so, not across the board, but about maybe 40% of the time now, lately, my videos are being demonetized. I'm talking about old videos too. Then I'm wondering what's going on. And I have a right to ask that. So, this problem needs to really be ended. And when I say ended, I mean the best way to do this is we didn't have this problem a while ago. It wasn't the fault of the news and politics vloggers that you had advertisers complaining about their content. No. It wasn't the fault of the news and politics vloggers that you have racist people that will just flag my videos because they don't like someone black talking. It took me 4 years to lobby for a filter for the comments section. I remember in 2009 when I first visited YouTube Google offices, this was when in San Francisco, and then we followed up the conversation later, 2010 in San Bruno, that when I and the leader of Black Tree Media raised the issue regarding racist comments, the upshot, and I'll never forget this of the meeting, was, well, they're making money for you, just deal with it. But basically what I've been asked to deal with in that instance was a problem unique because I'm black, and therefore yet I'm supposed to take the additional psychological punishment because it makes me money. Now, as silly as that is to you, and it should be, that's what the message of the day was in the office. And I'm thinking, huh? So I kept pushing, and finally I got the filter. We have come a long way in terms of our ability to make vlogs that communicate a message just by talking. But to damage us by saying we're going to pull the plug on you monetarily, even though we're just talking and yet at the same time give a platform and a voice to others who are doing the same thing, isn't right. It should be uniform. What we're being blamed for is something that is not our fault at all. And that is YouTube making a decision to allow anyone to be a partner. And without monitoring what they do. So you have people that are putting up gaming videos or really truly inappropriate stuff, okay? I mean stuff that's basically borderline X-rated, or a speech that when you hear it, it just makes you go, wah, okay? But the mainstream vloggers, Phil DeFranco, myself, the Vlog Brothers, people you monetized, the Young Turks, I can go on and on and on in examples. They haven't done that. I haven't done that. So you shouldn't be penalizing us. When the story of the Syrian boy that had the poor fellow had the soot on him and he was dirty and no one knew where his family was. When I made a vlog about that, then I get something back saying, oh, we have to demonetize it. Why? Why? But at the same time, if the Vlog Brothers talk about the need for health care and give examples of how we're harming ourselves by not having a good health care system, that's monetized. And yet they all add up to the same thing. Lack of health care adds up to the harming of human life as much as the Syrian war does. Okay? It's the same thing. So again, this process, I'm begging you, must be brought to a sensible conclusion. Because it looks like right now that YouTube has a left hand that doesn't know what the right hand is doing. And so, because of that, there's an appearance of a particular type of favoritism that I know there are people at YouTube who don't want to be associated with. And yet, because we're living in this black box situation, what else is there? If no one is talking to us to say, all right, this is the problem, we're sorry, we're going to fix it, give us time, do this in the meantime. If no one's saying that, we have a problem. Now, to be fair, Michelle, I'm not going to put Michelle into this. Michelle's been outstanding. She's my partner representative. I'll just say Michelle Callandier has been outstanding. And I am tearfully sorry that she is in the middle of this. Okay? She's done an excellent job fighting against what I say is a tidal wave of illogic in terms of how YouTube is being operated because of what some dude in the media discovered and advertisers overreacted to, all right? A lot of those same advertisers, McDonald's, for example, will be happy to put their ads on messages like what Upworthy produces or myself or anyone else. We know that. So you have to ask, let us help you, YouTube execs, let us help you get them back. But don't hold us out and ask us to sit on the sidelines when this impacts us too. If you're going to partner with Upworthy, then partner with us. That's all I'm asking. It just makes sense to do. Thank you.